Alright, so this is my battery tray setup. I built all this yesterday. That is the front bumper. So those are your where the tow hooks are there. I figured that was sturdy enough to put this on, and then just build everything off of that. Just use 1/8" angle. I think it's old bed angle. You know, reduce, reuse, whatever, recycle. And then 4 golf cart batteries, Trojans, 225 amp hours. So negative and positive on each one, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. So I'm going to put these two together and then these two together and make basically two 12-volt batteries. So that means I'm going from this negative to this positive, and then put the two negatives together here and the two positives together there, and then positive to the power distribution box, and then negative here to chassis ground, and make sure it's got a good body ground also. So that's the plan. So these cables that I made up here will go here to here like this, and then here to here. Now if I measure voltage between this battery and that battery, that positive and this negative should be 12 volts, and then just jump them two together and should stay 12 volts and be good to go. So I might have to twist these around a little bit, do something a little different with them, but anyway, I gotta be able to get the caps off of them, so probably end up being something like that. But anyway, all right, that's my setup. I put this piece of stripping down the top of it, weather stripping or whatever you want to call it. It's got metal in it, and it snaps down over edges like that, just to, so if I run a battery cable across it, it won't chafe right on the metal. But I'm also, any cables that cross the top of this will also have split loom on them. You can see the metal in it right there. All right, that's the setup. So this is my custom shower pan I built. It's not much to look at, but I think it's gonna work fine. This piece of perforated steel is gonna sit right in the top of it. And that's what these little blocks are for, to kind of support that perforated metal. So I'm getting ready to drill a 3.5" hole for my drain, and that's gonna go right down through. Of course, attach underneath and go to my gray tank. So hopefully I don't break my arm off. I hate running a hole saw. But so I built this. I built a wooden frame, and then used fiberglass mat and resin, and then covered it with Flex Seal, the paint on type of Flex Seal. And then I was just going to go back and put the white Flex Seal over top of it. Well, for whatever reason, Flex Seal doesn't stick to Flex Seal, so it all just, the white just peeled right off. So it's kind of aggravating, because I used some staples here and there to hold down the fiberglass matting, and then I didn't want this, I didn't want to be able to see the wood and stuff, but it is what it is, and it still should work fine. So that's how thick my fiberglass was. Some places about 1/4, some places 3/16, but that's how thick the fiberglass is. Hopefully that, well, it's not going to be load bearing, so that should hold up pretty good. Mostly all it's going to be is the wood underneath is going to be load bearing, and that sits right down on the floor. So yeah, the fun part, drilling through the steel floor. So a few people have asked me why I built my own shower pan instead of just buying a shower pan at Lowe's or something. And the main reason was I wanted to do this with the perforated steel, or perforated steel, but perforated metal, whatever you want to call it, and have a flat false bottom, because it's going to be kind of a hybrid wet bath. And so my vanity is going to be right here, so the kids, when they're brushing their teeth and washing their face or whatever, whoever's in here is going to be standing in the shower pan. So I wanted to have false bottom, flat, and not much of a lip to get in here. So that's why I built mine, if anybody's wondering. And it's not that bad. Fiberglass, working with fiberglass is kind of itchy sometimes, but it's not that bad. The resin and the glass mat and all that stuff, it's not that hard to deal with. And it adds a lot of, well, it's waterproof, and it adds a lot of strength to it, because this is just 7/16 OSB under here in this 2x4 framing. But anyway, that's why I built mine. All right, I'm gonna get it plumbed up here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is fill this little low spot around here with the same Flex Seal that I coated the rest of it with. I'm gonna pour it in here, pour it right around here, hopefully eliminate any leaks. And when the water runs down, I won't have water standing in around my drain right there. I tried to keep that good and flat with the fiberglass and all, and I could have worked it down, sanded it or whatever, but I figure if I just do like this and then pour it around, it'll work just the same. So that's the next order of business.